Hi! In this video, I'm going to teach you how to make Play-Doh at home. It's a very easy recipe and it lasts a long time, and it'll last even longer if you keep it in the fridge. So a good tip to know. And it's made with things that you should have on hand at home. So it's made using flour, salt, some type of oil, vegetable oil, olive oil, coconut oil, those all work. Need some lemon juice, water, and food coloring. Okay, so this is a cooking Play-Doh recipe, so it has a couple steps. The first step is going to be to measure out the flour and the salt. Now you're going to need a cup of flour. I always make a mess when I'm baking. Making Play-Doh is no different. Try to keep most of it inside the little dish. It doesn't have to be a big dish for mixing because all the mixing is actually going to be in the pot on the stove. This is just to mix the flour and the salt together, so that way it's all evenly mixed when it goes into the pot with the rest of the ingredients. So we have a cup of flour, and now we're going to do a 1/4 cup of salt. Mix it all in there. And then I'm going to use my spatula, which I'll use for the whole thing. Just want to make sure that the salt gets as evenly combined into the flour as you can. Because it comes together really quick in the pot, you want to make sure that all your dry ingredients are mixed together very well. Now at this point, if you're wanting to flavor or you're working with different scents and you have some dry ingredients you're going to add to your Play-Doh, you want to add them into your flour mixture. So if you wanted to do like a cinnamon scented Play-Doh, you would add the cinnamon into here. Or if you wanted to use like dried lavender in there for like a floral relaxing scent Play-Doh, you're going to add those dried lavender pieces into the flour mixture. Okay, and that looks good. It's a little hard to see there. Then the last step you're going to do in preparation is to lay out a piece of wax paper, because as soon as this last flour, your Play-Doh reaches the right consistency on the stove, you're going to immediately take it out of the pot, and it's going to be hot. And because Play-Doh has that soft, malleable texture, you don't want it to just throw it on any surface, because it's going to stick a little bit as it's drying. So not a huge piece of Play-Doh or piece of wax paper, just about a little bit bigger than the size of a piece of paper, and just flat on the counter, ready for the Play-Doh to go on there, because this is the surface it's going to dry. Okay, we're ready to begin the actual cooking of the Play-Doh. So I'm using just a pot like this for a single recipe. If you're going to double the recipe to make a larger batch of Play-Doh, I would suggest using a pot that's a little bigger, a little deeper. That way you make sure that as it's mixing, nothing comes over the sides. And so you're going to want to turn your burner onto medium heat. Now I'm using a front larger burner, so I'm going to put mine on medium low, because I know my stove tends to run a little hot on that spot, and I don't want to overcook the Play-Doh or cook it too quickly. Now the first thing in the pan is you're going to add your 3/4 cups of water. And double checking. 3 tablespoons of lemon juice. 3. And lemon juice is the piece that's going to act as the stabilizing agent to keep it that Play-Doh consistency. Now if you don't have lemon juice, you can also use vinegar. And if you don't have either of those, cream of tartar is also an option. But I went with the lemon juice because lemon juice or vinegar, I think, are more common to have on hand in the pantry. And then the last piece is going to be your oil, and that's just 1 tablespoon. So while you're making Play-Doh, I would definitely recommend having your kids help out. You know, they can help with the counting, making sure that, you know, you have the 1, 2, 3 ingredients, you know, as you're adding the lemon juice, that you're counting each individual tablespoon as you're adding it in, doing the 1, 2, 3. Okay, how many did we add? 3. It's a great way to help reinforce those math skills as they're learning. And at this point, you're just stirring all of those ingredients to combine them, making sure that it's all distributed evenly and waiting for it to heat up. And here is where you're going to add any of your liquid optional ingredients. So if you're going to add any, like if you have like essential oils, or if you want like a vanilla scented one, you're going to add that in here. This is also where you're going to add in your food dye. Now, my food dye is like this concentrated gel paste. You can also use the droppers as well. You can use just 1 color, or you can have the kids help out using different colors to mix, saying, okay, well, if we have red and blue, what color Play-Doh are we going to make if we use that? Or if we use our yellow and blue droppers, what color are we going to make using those things? And if we add more yellow, how's that going to affect the outcome? There's a lot of different ways that you can include kids in the process of making this. Needed a knife to get mine out. Now I went with a yellow food dye because I'm sticking with just lemon as my scent, not adding anything extra besides the food coloring, because wanted something bright and cheerful for the Play-Doh. Okay, so on the stove you can see that all of my ingredients are mixed together, and you want to have it hot but not boiling. So my mixture isn't boiling yet, but you can see all of the steam coming off. That's about where I want it. And since my stove runs a bit hot, I'm going to turn the temperature down to low. And I'm going to add the flour mixture. And you can just dump it in there. And you're going to stir. Okay, so the Play-Doh is just about ready. You can kind of see how parts of it are getting darker in color. That's when you want to look for, and it's really coming together. Okay, so I have my Play-Doh, and now I'm going to scrape it out onto the wax paper. I'm going to scrape as much Play-Doh from the pan as I can. And it's right there. And here it's going to be a little hot, but I want to kind of just feel it, make sure it feels the right consistency, that it's not too sticky. I might even knead it a few times to get it in a nice disc shape to cool off. And we're going to leave it on the wax paper, and I'm actually going to wrap my wax paper around it, just folding all the way around so that way it's all nice and covered. And then I'm going to flip it over just like that, and I'm going to leave it out on the counter until it cools, because you want it to cool completely before you start playing with it or before you put it away into a storage container. Now, the way I store my Play-Doh is in Ziploc bags. So I only have gallon size, but this would easily fit in a quart size bag if you have that. If you have a plastic Tupperware, that's a great tool to also store too, and actually is easier, typically easier for kids to use accessing wise. It's easier for them to reapply the lid rather than trying to line up the Ziploc part of the bag. And that's it. So there's lots of different variations in terms of like flavors and scents you can use for Play-Doh. I will list a few at the bottom in the description of this video. And yeah, it lasts about at least a month, especially if you keep it in the fridge. I've had my Play-Doh last longer, as long as you're very consistent about storing it and putting it back into the container when it's not being used, then it can last an even longer amount of time. Just making sure that before your kids play with it, that they wash their hands really well, so that way they're playing with clean hands on the Play-Doh and washing their hands again when they're done. So, and since it's homemade Play-Doh, it's completely safe, and all the ingredients we put in here, it's okay if they do accidentally ingest it. I mean, I don't recommend it. It's not going to taste good, but there is that safety measure part too. And there we go. All right, and I hope you have enjoyed this video about making your homemade Play-Doh, and hopefully it's something that your kids will have a great time getting to use at home.